Hello and welcome back to another episode of What the Hell Have You Done, You Complete and Utter Idiot. This week I'm going to be concentrating on the engine bay on the car, as I've been in work for the last 4 days, and while I've been in work the weather has been absolutely glorious, and my first day and my 5 days off the weather is very nice, but it's not going to be for the rest of the week apparently, so I need to take full advantage. I've got plenty of stuff to do on rainy days or dull days or cold days, whichever, like rebuilding the engine. So I've got the bottom end completely stripped here, as you can see, all ready to be rebuilt. I've got a box there containing all my rebuild bits. I can't move in here, it's a joke, it's an absolute joke. Oil pumps all painted up. I've got a wiring loom from the Zafira. The Zafira's gone now, by the way, that's long gone. Got everything I need from that. Gearbox here, my GTE's just getting buried and stuff. The cylinder head on here, it's tappets, oil cooler. I've just had a delivery of some little goodies. I got my piston ring compressor and some loom tape, 4 rolls of that for about £6. I don't think I'll be needing 4 rolls, well I hope not anyway. And these gloves are fantastic, by the way. I always wear these, they're really good, they're dead strong, and they last. When it comes to painting and oils and chemicals, they're really robust, so I recommend them. And the older ones are available, but that's what I use. Even my toolbox, it's just full of, I just can't move. Got some nice ACL race bearings there. I've got my honing tool for honing the bores on these. That's a bit more of a story. That'll be in another episode. If you saw the episode of when I stripped down the Z20 LET, it was obviously scored bores. I won't spoil the surprise on that. So a few other things have changed in the last couple of weeks as well. I went on a little road trip down to Devon, and whilst I was driving there and back, I started getting a whining noise, like a wheel bearing noise, which I thought was a bit strange because the hole underneath of that car was rebuilt a couple of years ago by myself. Everything was powder coated, every bearings replaced, everything's immaculate under there. So I found it a bit strange that the wheel bearing would be making such a noise. So as soon as I got back, jacked it up, spun the wheels. It's not the wheel bearing, it's in fact the old M32 bearing on the next to 6th gear, which isn't good. So I've been obviously took that straight off the road before. I don't want to make it any worse than what it is. It can be repaired. So things have changed in my daily, so to speak. Let's see if I can get past all this crap. So I'm now running around in this. If you saw the graveyard episode, you remember this. So I put some new reg plates on it, front and back. And if you remember, it's a bit windy today. Oh yeah, I've done my fuel lines on my GTE as well, like we did at Jason's. But this manifold, if you remember the episode of the graveyard episode, we had a blowing on that Vectra, and it was a crack there in the manifold, and a crack there in the manifold, and now she runs absolutely sweet as a nut. Start her up. Oh yeah, ACs, love it. So, wrong way. Listen to that now. Sweet as a nut. £9 for a new gasket, and obviously I had the spare manifold. I had the spare manifold off that engine I got from Tom from Wales, so fixed the blowing exhaust, cost me £9, so can't complain at that. So at the moment, until my VXR's fixed, this is my little daily, and you know what, it's been great. So what I'm going to try and do today is get all these little rusty scabby bits cleaned up and prepared for painting. It's not too bad in the engine bay, but yeah, I'm hoping that this here is just going to be superficial and I'm not going to have to break out the welder because I can't be arse welding. But I think if I clean that up, rust convert it, bit of seam sealer over there, it'll be alright, because it's solid. It is a solid part of the car. Again, down here, I'm just, yeah, and there, the subframe bolts up. It is fairly rusty where the subframe bolts up. Passenger side wheel arch, it's pretty good condition for 25 years old. It's not bad. Yeah, they normally go here, but that is solid. It's just superficial. I'll clean that up, clean this up, try and get this little bugger out, so I can get in there with some rust converter and etch primer and other primer. Excuse the wind if it's windy. Last year I did a bit of welding on here. I had to cut all this out here. Solid. And I also did a repair around here. Again, that's fine. This here, superficial. So what I need to do is get all this, get the brake lines off. Oh, little tip here. If you need to block your brake lines off, use an old tyre valve. Stops the fluid leaking out. So I think I've seen that on Facebook and it works a treat because they're tapered. Just pull it through. But yeah, so today I've got to get servo off. That needs all painting anyway. I need to get the loom out, cut all these crappy brake lines off, any of the copper ones. Got a couple of copper ones. Me rear brake lines are shoddy copper ones, and this front offside copper again, shoddy. Stay to that. I won't tell you who did that. I've got some lovely brake line material to replace it, the zinc coated stuff. So yeah, I've got to get this engine bay cleared and then prep it, and hopefully if I get enough time today I might be able to even get some 2-pack primer on it, but I'm not going to hold my breath because nothing ever goes to plan. Never. Right, let's crack on. Right, let's get these aircon pipes off. Probably not going to get everything out of here, but the most I can get out, so the more I can get out the better. There we go. Right, the earth point. Right, this wire here, that's the one that goes to me daylight running LEDs. That's it. Right, so when it comes to these brake lines, removing these, I've obviously cut that, pulled it through, and then follow it along to the ABS pump. And I mark it up, ABS, offside front, and then just cut it. And then what I'll do is squish it, and then fold it over as well, stop any fluid coming out. And then I need to work out which one is the offside. I mean, it does tell you on here HR, HL, so I'm guessing R is right. You got VR, VL, so that one there, so that was front right, which is offside, and that one there is front left, near side. That one's getting replaced as well. Even though it's good here, it's rusty inside the wheel arch. It's been an advisory a couple of times on the MOT. What I actually do with these is I'll mark up rear master, front master, and that way no confusion. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to blank these off. I've got some little blanks. One ABS pump. Cool. There's the other main brake supply feed underneath. There we go. Clutch fluid, or brake fluid to the clutch cylinder. Accelerator cable, which I won't be using anymore, so I need to pull that through, disconnect that, pull that through. So disconnect the brake pedal, and there's just 2 bolts behind the scuttle panel, so you just take the wipers off. 2 24mm plastic nut things that go over here. There we go. 1 brake servo. Another thing that needs removing is these fuel lines. They ain't no good anymore because they're V6 ones going to a completely wrong part, so I need to get underneath, disconnect. I can keep that one, so that's the carbon canister. That one runs here and then goes into the inner wing. That one's okay, but it's just the 2 metal lines need to out. So for the fuel line, you've got these little tabs here, and you just press them in, but obviously I don't want to undo that one. Well, I could actually for painting purposes, but yeah, down there underneath. Right, the engine bay is stripped, servo out, bit of corrosion around here, so I'm not taking the loom all the way out because it's a bloody nightmare behind the dashboard there, so that's as far as I'm going to take it. I'll clean that up as best as I can and do a little repair. This is a replaceable part anyway, so if it comes to where it's completely rotten, I'll just swap it out. But yeah, everything else has been removed. Got the loom hanging in a carrier bag here as well, so it's fine for now. I've took the loom out the other side and pulled it through. There's plenty of room behind the glove box, so that's all gone in there. Yeah, looking pretty good. If you wonder why that's cut out, I cut that out years ago for a modified air intake that I made. But yeah, that's the end. I've still got a couple of little plastic things to take off, but other than that, that is ready to rock and roll. God, it's windy today. So yeah, time to get the wide wheel out and clean all these rusty bits up. Let's go. Right, basically what I've done when I finished wire wheel and everything, I've sprayed the engine bay with a degreaser, a water-based degreaser, and then I pressure washed everywhere, and it's come up really well. I've also gone over it with a red scotch to take all the shine off any shiny bits. Just basically dull all the clear coat down, ready for painting. And it's a beautiful sunny day. So yeah, what I'm going to do, all these areas which are pretty smooth, I'm going to put some etch primer straight on them, and then the thicker rust, like in here and all that, I'm going to treat with a rust converter first, because that needs a bit more attention to it. Down here as well, the seam sealer is cracking, so got some more seam sealer on order. I'm going to reseal all across here, and reseal, just go over all the seam sealer before I put the 2-pack primer on. So yeah, it's looking good, looking good. And there, yeah, all the thick rust is gone. That's come up really well. That's alright, that's absolutely solid, superficial as I thought it was. And here, it's all spot on. Happy with that. So, at least I didn't need to weld anything anyway. Oh, and good news as well. GT passed the MOT today. Buzzing. Yeah, only one advisory on it. So, nice. Let's get some etch on. Sound? It's all the smooth shiny stuff done. Just got a brush converter on now. Do all the thick scabby stuff. Alright, this stuff here is a rust converter. It's corrosive, nasty stuff. Don't want to get it on your skin. Safety glasses, not nice. Just pour a bit in there. I think it's acid based, but it does work, does the job. It leaves like a latex like coating once it's dry. It takes bloody hours to dry though, it's the only thing with it, and it runs everywhere. It doesn't like paint, it doesn't stick on paint too good. But yeah, definitely gloves and eye protection are a must. It does burn when you get it on you, but it's water based, so it does wash off. I think I need another brush. That was knackered. State of that. Right, so I've got everything seam sealed, all in the bits where I wanted it to. All done. All around there. All good. All stripped. It's bloody windy today. Everything's ready to rock and roll. I'll put some stone chip over this as well, so it's got a bit of a texture on it and protect it. So yeah, bonnet's off, wings are off. I've got the car masked in a fashion, but as I say, it's a bit windy, it's not ideal. My garage is an absolute tip. Got my bonnet in here, wings in here, stuff everywhere, so I'm just about to paint it with some U-Pol high build primer in black, 4:1, and just a cheap gun for me primer, but does the job. Doesn't have to be anything special, and I've had a shave for a clean seal with me respirator. So right, let's get this paint on. Well, I'd say that looks good. Right, today we're going to be putting the metallic green paint on and the clear coat. So everything's been wet sanded and degreased with waxing grease remover. Fantastic weather, not as windy as it was when we were doing the primer, so should be a lot better. And there's my compressor kicking in, so let's crack on. go. 2-pack clear coat going on. bar of pressure. Don't put it on too heavy on the first coat, it's like a glue. Get it on, walk away, 15 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to go with the second coat of clear coat, second and final coat. Going a bit heavier now, as first coat, as I said, is like glue. So, not ideal spraying in the red hot sun, but make do in it. is it. Not my favourite thing to be painting engine bays. Not easy at all, but it's turned out alright. Rocker covers come out alright as well. Couple of little nibs of dirt in it, but at the end of the day it's a rocker cover. Right, that's it for this week. I'm absolutely knackered, I'm sweating, I'm sunburnt under here I think as well from everything what I was doing earlier on, but engine bay's done, now I can start putting everything back together and hopefully get an engine in soon once we get the cylinder built. But anyway, for this week, that's it. Thanks for watching.
A genius uses his madness, and a madman uses his genius, destructs. A genius uses his madness, and a madman uses his genius, destructs.